Today I will discuss three federal policies that affect teaching. They are Every Student Succeeds Act, Family Education Rights and Privacy Act, and Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. Every Student Succeeds Act is the newer, better version of No Child Left Behind. It was signed by President Obama in 2010 and created a better law that focused on a clear goal of fully preparing all students for success in college and careers. This gave the power back to the states to make important decisions about spending and allowing them to have greater flexibility in setting academic performance targets and effective interventions. Here is the Louisiana governor signing their own executive order to establish an Every Student Succeeds Act Educational Advisory Council. Since the control is in the hands of each state, block grants that are intended to shore up educational technology can be spent on whatever the state decides to invest in. New money will be available to schools with fewer strings attached. The full effect of Every Student Succeeds Act will not take place until 2017-2018 school year, but many key elements have already been implemented in schools. Some of the key elements that will affect teachers are accountability goals. States can pick their own goals, long and short term, which must address proficiency on tests, English language proficiency, and graduation rates. Accountability systems. States need to incorporate at least 4 indicators into their accountability system, 3 academic indicators, and 1 very different indicator like student engagement, educator engagement, access to advanced coursework, or school climate. Testing. States still have to test students in reading and math in grades 3 through 8 and once in high school, and break out the data for whole schools plus different subgroups of students such as English language learners, special education, racial minorities, and poverty-stricken individuals. States can also create their own testing opt-out laws and consequences to schools that miss targets. The Family Education Rights and Privacy Act, FERPA, is a federal law that protects the privacy of student education records. It applies to all schools that receive funds under an applicable program of the U.S. Department of Education. Since teens and adults are using social media on a daily basis, teachers must ensure that they don't violate FERPA rules relating to student privacy. Nothing on the web is private. What you think is a private communication with a student could violate FERPA. The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA, was enacted by Congress in 2004 to ensure services to children with disabilities throughout the nation. The idea of including special needs students started back in the 1860s, but has evolved over the last 40 years. IDEA has a great impact on individuals with mental and/or physical disabilities by giving them equal access to education. Teachers are involved in the process of creating individual education plans, or IEPs. The process of creating an IEP has been streamlined over the past few years with less paperwork and fewer meetings, which is beneficial for all stakeholders. Teachers must follow all guidelines mandated, so being very familiar with the requirements is necessary for every teacher, even if they are not a special education teacher. It is clear that many federal laws impact teachers' job on a daily basis. It is important to stay up to date so as not to break any laws. Changes are constantly occurring, but it is our responsibility as professionals to stay informed. Thank you.